Hey, my name's Coach Kyle. I've worked with over 1,000 athletes. I've worked with pro baseball, pro hockey, pro soccer, and I continue to train athletes every single day here at a performance facility called Sports Strength. Right now, I'm going to show you how to create an explosive first step as an athlete. So when you think about a first step positioning, you want to make sure that this toe is underneath your hip with the side that you're accelerating from. I see athletes all the time, they'll go to set up when we're doing acceleration drills, and they settle back like this, in this position here, where they're either flat on this lead foot or they're on the toe with their weight centered back behind the foot. As an athlete, you cannot produce speed in this position. Your chest is already up tall, and you're gonna have to pull yourself into the run. We want to push the ground behind us as an athlete. You cannot push the ground behind you when you're in this position. You've got to focus on transferring your weight over to this lead leg. That way your weight is fully on this lead foot right here. When your foot is underneath your hip or behind your hip, that's when you're able to push to the ground and push the ground behind you. So from this position here, I'm looking for a full extension of that back leg. So full extension here at the shoulder, at the hips, and at the ankles. Any flexion at the knee, any flexion at the hip, you're gonna lose power at that joint. It's really important as an athlete to maintain that straight line from the shoulder all the way back through that lead leg. That way you can effectively transfer power into the ground. So once an athlete's in this position here, they're gonna focus on putting as much power as they can into that first step as they take off. Now, it's important with that second step that you still land on the toe of that foot. So when you go to extend here, you don't want to put so much power into that you strike that foot out in front of your hip and land flat-footed, or land on your heel with it striking out in front of your hips. That is going to slow you down. You're generating this momentum, pushing yourself forward, and then that first step is immediately acting like a brake, pushing you back. You've got to have everything that you do as an athlete work to propel you forward in that direction you're trying to run. And overstriding that foot is going to inhibit your speed production. So we want to make sure that we really focus on pushing the ground behind us as an athlete. So that first step, we're on the foot's underneath our hip. Then on the second step, you're going to do the same thing, pushing through the ground, pushing the ground behind you, chest stays low. That is the other big thing I see when athletes go to accelerate. They go from this position here in a good lean, then their next step, they pick up. When they move their chest up to the stop position, their momentum goes up into the air. We want to keep our center of mass low. So that means keep your body position low. That way you can effectively push yourself forward in that direction you're trying to run. The first 15 to 25 yards of a sprint is the acceleration phase of a sprint. During that acceleration phase, you should have a 30 to 45 degrees of lean with your body, okay? If you're up here, this is about 10 to 15 degrees, you're not going to be a fast athlete. You have to stay low in this aggressive stance all the way through that 15 to 25 yard distance before you start allowing your chest to move up. And that's so that you can put as much force into the ground as possible and continue to push yourself in that direction you're trying to run. So if you want to work on this as an athlete, work on your acceleration, again, move into that split stance, toes underneath that hip of that backside, your arms are flexed at 90 degrees, that back leg is fully extended. From here, you're just going to practice pushing off as hard as you can, putting as much force into the ground as you can, and that's going to help you take a more explosive first step, and it is going to make a huge difference on your acceleration speed as an athlete. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like it, subscribe, and check out our channel for more information on how to run fast and be an explosive athlete.